This is the first video on Chapter 49, Work. And in the first two videos, I'm basically going to show you what we're doing and why. And in the subsequent videos, we'll talk about how. And so in this video, basically what I want to do is go over the terminology, and most of this is in your notes in front of you. But first of all, we have to define work. Before we define work, we'll define force. Force is mass times acceleration. Now, we're going to deal with two systems, a metric system and the U.S. customary system. In the metric system, we're measuring our mass in kilograms. We're measuring our acceleration in meters per second squared. So our distance is being measured in meters. On Earth, that's 9.8 meters per second squared. Force is measured in newtons. So force is mass times acceleration. In the metric system, force is measured in newtons. In the U.S. customary system, the distance we're using is a foot. Our acceleration is feet per second squared, and that is 32 feet per second squared. We do not usually bother with this because in the U.S. customary system, force is measured in pounds. And so most of the problems we look at, when we talk about the U.S. customary system, we're given our force in pounds. When the problem is dealing with the metric system, usually we're given the mass and we'll have to multiply by the acceleration to get the force. Now, this is a difference between the two systems. In any system, work is force times distance. And so this is a fairly basic formula. It's like distance is rate times time. If your rate is constant, it's a fairly easy calculation to multiply your rate times time to get your distance. Same thing with work. If your force is constant, it's a fairly easy calculation to multiply force times distance to get work. However, since this is the last chapter in a college level calculus class, it is probably not going to be this simple. And so in this chapter, we're going to talk about what to do when our force changes. Our work also has units. In the metric system, work is measured in joules. In the U.S. customary system, work is measured in foot-pounds. In the second video, we'll talk about what to do when the force is not constant, and then in videos 3 through however many there are, we'll do some examples.